this video, we will look at implicit versus explicit learning. Explicit learning is the traditional method of the coach leading the athlete with verbal instruction about how to perform a skill. In contrast, implicit learning methods contain little or no formal instruction about the skill mechanics, yet the results are the athlete being able to perform the skill despite being incapable of verbally describing how they do it. Implicit learning is slower, often mistake-ridden, but results in faster, more robust learning that is durable over time and more impervious to pressure. Let's show you an example with a thought experiment. You are head of your biking team, and your leader, let's call him Felipe, is about to win the Tour de France. You are speaking to Felipe in his radio headset. Felipe, nice job. Just this last turn and you will win the Tour. You know that Felipe is way ahead, coasting down a mountain road 400 meters away from the finish. The road is a slight downhill to the left. However, hugging the mountain to the right is a steep drop-off. Felipe, we want you to win, so I will guide you to the finish. Felipe, please, turn the handlebars to the... Should you tell Felipe to turn it to the left or to the right? If you get this correct, you win the Tour. Wrong, you go over the edge. We are all confident we can make this turn if we were on the bike, but not so confident when we have to verbalize it. The reason for this is that our bike turning knowledge is implicit learning, unconscious, and perfected. Research has shown that implicit learning is more resilient to pressure, and athletes who do not have instructions from explicit coaching occupying their brain have a decreased reliance on coaching and are less susceptible to choking. Other benefits include increases resilience to fatigue, allowing athletes to go further. Implicit learning occupies less attention in the brain, allowing the athlete to receive and process relevant information to anticipate play and make better decisions before executing skills. Methods of implicit learning include removal of verbal instruction, the use of analogies. For instance, the coach of Jesse Owen, four-time gold medalist in the 1936 Olympic Games, did not tell Jesse to lift his knees. Instead, he told him to imagine that he was running on red-hot coals. The removal of feedback, allowing time and space for the athlete to provide intrinsic feedback instead. All of these methods put the ownership of the skill with the athlete. When we learned how to ride a bike, we did not have parents who coached over biking. They did not break down the gyroscopic effects of the front wheel or the physics behind countersteering. Instead, they did strange things like pump their hands in a circle. They said things that did not make sense, like, just keep paddling. And when we fell, they said try again. They didn't hire a biking coach for $75 an hour. We learned biking implicitly by what Daniel Kahneman, who wrote the book Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow, calls System 1 thinking, which is faster, unconscious, intuitive, and in this case, safer. As coaches, we need to allow kids to learn in natural situations. This creates faster and stronger decision makers. Mistakes, yes, like falling down will happen, but the mistakes of implicit coaching of alleyways are safer, building resilience. Mistakes are needed. At the same time, when we intervene with explicit coaching, mistakes must be avoided because they can be devastating. The very best players in any sport or discipline are able to learn System 1 decision making through implicit learning, spending more time in alleyways than the Tour de France. Let Felipe make his own turn. He can do it. You may not be able to coach it. You turn the handlebars to the right, by the way.